This isn't just a benching. It's a funeral for an era. Tua Tagovailoa is done in Miami, and the keys to the franchise have been handed to a 22-year-old wild card. The Dolphins just made the most terrifying, necessary decision of the decade. Here's why it had to happen. What is up, Dolphins Nation? Before we dive into the wreckage of this season, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a second of this off-season drama. It has been a chaotic week in Miami. We are all still processing the news. Tua Tagovailoa has been benched for Quinn Ewers. This comes just days after that brutal Monday night loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers that officially eliminated the Dolphins from playoff contention. Let's be real for a second. Was this actually a choice? Or was it a necessity? You have to look at this decision as two separate moves. Move number one, benching Tua. The jury is no longer out. The verdict is in. Tua cannot win big games in cold weather, and his play has fallen off a cliff over the last two seasons. The offense was stagnant, and nothing was changing. You had to move on. Move number two, starting Quinn Ewers. This isn't Miami saying Ewers is definitely the savior right now. This is Miami saying, we know what we have in Tua, and it's not enough. The choice between Ewers and Zach Wilson was obvious. Wilson is a known commodity, and frankly, keeping him as a starter would likely cost Mike McDaniel his job going into 2026. Ewers gives you a glimpse of the unknown. He was a top recruit. He has superb arm talent. But yes, he lacks consistency. His mechanics break down. His decision-making scares you sometimes. But you have to see if that physical profile can translate to the NFL. Here is the question that keeps me up at night. If Quinn Ewers flashes his potential in these final 3 games, do the Dolphins even need to look at a quarterback in the draft? We had a great question come in asking if Miami should bench other starters like Jalen Waddle or Devon Achane to protect them from injury now that the season is over. The answer is a hard no. Absolutely not. If you are serious about evaluating Quinn Ewers, you cannot send him out there with the practice squad. You need to see what he can do with the full arsenal. You need to know if he can hit Waddle in stride on a deep post. You need to see how he operates the RPO with a chain. Yes, there is always a risk of injury. That's the nature of the beast, whether you're playing football or riding a bike. But unless someone is already hurt, like Minkah Fitzpatrick with his calf issue, everyone plays. Waddle needs to be out there. Darren Waller needs to be out there. The offensive line needs to be intact. You cannot evaluate the pilot if you take the wings off the plane. So, let's talk about the future. Another fan asked, if Ewers shines in these next 3 games, is he the starter for 2026? I think the answer has to be yes. If Ewers looks even just like an average NFL quarterback, if he goes 2-1 against the Bengals, Buccaneers, and Patriots, it changes the entire offseason strategy. You are looking at a salary cap nightmare with Tua. Cutting him costs $56 million. The dead cap is $99 million. It is a financial disaster. But if Ewers plays well, you have leverage. Maybe you keep Tua as a backup. Awkward, yes, given their history, or you find a trade partner. But you cannot go into April desperately reaching for a rookie if Ewers proves he belongs. The best-case scenario is Ewers looking like the guy. The worst case? He's terrible, and you know you need to burn a high pick on a quarterback. But you have to find out now. I want to hear from you in the comments right now. Be honest. Will Quinn Ewers start Week 1 for the Miami Dolphins in 2026? Give me a yes or a no below. Speaking of the draft, if Ewers isn't the guy, who is? I have been asked about names like Drew Aller and Taylon Green. Look, I will be honest with you. This 2026 quarterback class is weak. It is incredibly thin. We are watching to see what happens with guys like John Mateer at Oklahoma. He has a massive game coming up against Ty Simpson and Alabama in the college football playoff. Both of those guys might return to school. Outside of them, you have Darian Mensah, who looked good for Duke this season after transferring from Tulane. He is intriguing in the second round. Big body, lots of touchdowns. Then there is Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, who struggled with injuries and got benched, but has leadership traits. But are any of these guys franchise savers? Carson Beck? Cade Klubnik? I don't see it. Most of the top talent, like Arch Manning and LaNorris Sellers, are returning to school. The 2027 class looks like the gold mine. This year, it's a minefield. There is a theory circulating that Tua's decline isn't just mental, it's physical. Specifically, that the hip injury from college never truly healed right, or that the re-aggravation in late 2024 robbed him of his power. I think this is a legitimate conversation. We know he missed the end of the 2024 season, Week 17 against the Browns, Week 18 against the Jets, because of that hip. Tyler Huntley had to start those games. If Tua can't generate torque from his lower body, his arm isn't strong enough to compensate. If the medicals show his hip is cooked, it actually makes the decision easier. It's not just that he played bad, it's that his body betrayed him. It's tragic, but it validates the decision to move on. Someone asked if Miami should pull a Carolina Panthers move, trade up to the #1 overall pick like Carolina did for Bryce Young. Let me be crystal clear, absolutely not. Do not do this. Do not trade 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a star player just to move up for a quarterback in a weak class. Is Fernando Mendoza worth that? Is Dante Moore worth that? No way. If you want to trade up from the second round to the late first for a guy like Ty Simpson, fine. That's a calculated risk. But mortgaging the future for a maybe at the top of the draft would be a monumental mistake. Finally, should Mike McDaniel change the offense for Ewers? Should he simplify it? No. Keep the status quo. The Dolphins are 5-2 in their last 7 games because the run game, Achane, Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, has been elite. Opposing defenses, starting with the Bengals this Sunday, are going to load the box. They are going to dare the rookie to beat them. And that is exactly what we need to see. We need to see Ewers face 3rd and 7 against man coverage with a crowded line of scrimmage. We need to see if he can make the throws Tua couldn't. He has the better arm. Now we need to see if he has the head for it. Outro. We are entering a new chapter, folks. Quinn Ewers, QB1. What a time to be alive. We will be live on Sunday for the Bengals game to break it all down. Don't forget to subscribe. Fins up.